I'm Noah from American Trucks, and this is the Ram officially licensed Extreme HD rear bumper with the Ram logo in textured black for the 09 to 18 Ram 1500. Now, if you're replacing a beat up stock rear bumper or you're looking to install a beefier one to protect the bed of your truck, then you should definitely check out this officially licensed Ram bumper. Now, right off the bat, this thing is pretty rugged and it's decently heavy as well. It's definitely going to take a beating and keep the bed safe if you're bumping into anything or if anything is bumping into you on the trail or in the mud or anything like that. Or maybe you just think it looks really tough, and that's okay. This guy is still going to protect you regardless of why you bought it, because it's all steel and it's full width, not just like a little stubby bumper that sits in the middle area of the bed. Now, this guy is a direct replacement of the factory bumper, and it's also going to work with all of those factory backup cameras. As far as construction goes, we're looking at a 3mm thick steel plate with a sort of cutout design, which not only looks good, but it functions as a step here on the corners. Now, the whole bumper is coated in a textured black 2-stage powder coat, and that's going to keep the steel from rusting, as well as give your shoes some traction there on the step or in the center here. And then overall, this guy is designed to bolt right up the same way the factory one comes off, and it looks right at home on a completely stock truck as well. Coming in just over $1,000, this bumper is a tad pricier than most other options out there, but I will say not all bumpers out there work with backup cameras and parking sensors. So that is one perk that kind of shines through at this price point. And this one is officially licensed by Ram with the logo on it, so you can expect the price to reflect that. You're looking at an install difficulty of only 1 out of 3 wrenches in 2 hours for the install time. Now, everything you need for the install is included, so it really shouldn't be too much trouble to get this on your truck. Now, I will recommend that you have a friend nearby to give you a hand holding it up while you get it bolted on. Let's go ahead and head over to the install bay and take a step-by-step look at that process.
The tools you're gonna need for this install include a 3/8 impact, a pair of diagonal cutters, included zip ties, a 3/8 swivel socket, a 15 and 19mm socket, and wire strippers and crimpers. What's up, guys? Today we're going to be installing a rear bumper on our Ram, but before we get started, you're going to watch a short video on how to uninstall your stock bumper, and I'll meet you back here for the install.
All right, so the first step in our uninstall is to remove the license plate itself because there are 2 bolts behind it. We're going to grab a 10mm socket or whatever hardware is holding in your license plate. Let's get this removed. Now you can see the 2 15mm bolts behind the license plate. We're going to grab a 15mm socket and remove these. Now we can unplug the harnesses, starting with the license plate lights. Go ahead and pull back on the red tab, press down on the black tab just in front of it, and release it. There is your trailer plug right behind that. You might have a little trouble seeing it. Press down on the tab and pull it off. Don't forget the license plate light on the other side. Pull back on the red tab, press down on the black tab, and remove it. Next up, we're gonna remove 2 15mm bolts holding on your bumper. Grab your 15mm socket and get these removed. Now you can repeat that on the other side. Make sure your bumper is supported, especially when you go to take out the last hardware. All right, so now that all your hardware is removed, what we're gonna do is grab a friend for this step just to help you out. We're gonna lift the bumper up slightly and out off the truck.
All right guys, so now that we have our bumper off the vehicle, we have to transfer over our trailer connector here. So there's two gray tabs on the side that you're gonna press in and it'll drop out from the front. I'm just gonna press down. And now our trailer connector is removed. Now is also a good time if your vehicle is equipped with backup sensors. You can remove those too because we're gonna be swapping those over to the new bumper. So now we have our new bumper on the table. We're gonna reinstall our factory trailer connector. So it's gonna go in pretty much the shape of the cutout. And all we gotta do is press up until these two tabs lock into place. Just like that. All right guys, so since our factory bumper does not come equipped with backup sensors, our kit includes these plastic covers that just click into place over top of those sensor holes. So we're just gonna press this in, and we're gonna go around and fill up all of the rest of those holes. It's going to be 3 for each side. One more on the side. And since we don't have a ball for the hitch, it also comes with this plastic cover that just goes over top of this. Just like so. And then it also comes included with your license plate light. That's gonna go right here. So we're gonna run these wires through the hole. We're gonna have the light side facing over here where our license plate will be. And we just press in and this snaps into place. So now to make our light work, we have to wire up these to the original harnesses for the lights. So what we're gonna do first is grab a stripper. And we're gonna cut off the insulation of the wire. We'll do that for the black one. We can twist these so they don't fray. Then we can grab male connectors. We're gonna slide that through. So you can see a little bit coming out there. Then we'll grab a crimper. We're gonna crimp down on the metal part. Give it a nice tug. Solid, so then we could switch over to the black wire and do that same process. So guys, now we're just about ready to get this thing onto the vehicle. We have our nut plate here that's going to slide in like so. And once that's onto the vehicle, where the mounting point is, you'd grab the large bolt, lock washer, and washer, and that's gonna screw in this way. So now we can get this onto the vehicle. All right guys, so now we're ready to move our bumper onto the vehicle. Got myself a second set of hands to help me get this on. So now we can grab a 19mm socket and a swivel socket, and we're going to tighten these two bolts down. Now you can repeat this process for the other side. All right guys, so now these are our license plate lights. Someone previously installed these female ends here. You can either use these or some T-taps, however you'd like. But now we're gonna take the wires for our new light, and we're gonna take this black wire. It's gonna slide into the black connector. And then our red is gonna go to the white and blue. Now we can grab some zip ties and tighten and tie all these off. Now we're just gonna bunch these up here. And set it up over here on this hole. Tie this off. And just to make sure that this one doesn't go anywhere, we'll do the same thing. Then you can grab a pair of diagonal cutters and cut off the excess of our zip ties. Now we can repeat the same process for the other license plate light, connector, and harness. So that's going to wrap up the review and install on a Ram officially licensed Extreme HD rear bumper with Ram logo in textured black for your 09 to 18 Ram 1500. Thanks for watching, and for all things Ram, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.